Hey everybody, it's Matt. Welcome back. So in this video, I wanted to rank the top 10 Metaverse coins by market cap from, in my opinion, worst to best. So the top 10 are according to the amount of money that's been invested in them, or the market capitalization. So these aren't the top 10 altcoins for the Metaverse because there are a lot of them that are really small cap that won't make this list. So this is just the top 10 Metaverse coins in the world that people have already been invested in. And I'll be ranking them from worst to best. So if you guys are new, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let's get right into it, folks. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is the actual list here, which you guys can see on CoinMarketCap. So it does all of these different ranks, and they're actually very cool to look at because if you wanted to become an expert in, say, Metaverse or all the different Solana tokens or Polkadot related tokens, all of these things you guys can do simply by sorting through these categories. So the first category we have here is Metaverse. Now, the way I'm going to rank these top 10 Metaverse coins is in a way that describes the most potential that I believe they have on top of the fundamentals of the project. So it's not just going to be low cap coins. I'm also be covering the big guys on this list because I do believe they have something to offer, having some notoriety already as a higher cap coin. So I'm trying to give the most well-rounded approach to all of this and give you guys some insight here. So let's get right into it with our first option. Now, the first one here is going to be Sushi Swap. The reason why? Because it's not a Metaverse coin. I have no idea why CoinMarketCap has it listed here on the Metaverse spot. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea why they've decided to do that. But when we go to the Sushi Swap site, they've been around for a while. Sure, they have a lot of money on here, $3 billion worth of liquidity. That's awesome and all. But again, it's not a Metaverse coin. It's already pretty high in terms of market cap for something like this, and they're running into a lot of competition. You have Shiba Swap, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, a lot of different things that have sort of brought some competition to Sushi Swap here. So again, nothing personally against it. They're just not a Metaverse token, and more importantly, I just don't think they really belong on this list. So that's why I'm going to be leaving it here at number 10. Number 9 here is going to be Seek or Keek. I don't know how to say this, but I'll go with Seek VR, which actually has a CertiK audit, which is definitely good. I can't complain about that. That definitely does give them some notoriety here. But when we take a look at some of the fundamentals here, the market cap is around $500 million, which is still quite low in comparison to a lot of other things out there. It's not a particularly low cap coin, but it is still lower compared to a lot of other things out there. And when we take a look at their website, this is what Seek does. So they are a Metaverse token that is a little bit more geared towards music, content creation kind of thing. So even though it is DeFi, according to them, they are trying to branch into the sort of content creation kind of side. And their website is not particularly stellar. I'm sure you guys can see that. They claim they have partnerships here with Bon Jovi, Lady Gaga, U2, and a lot of other big artists. So, if true, that would be absolutely awesome. They also have a VR headset, which they're saying is being sold at some big retailers and partnered with Universal, T-Mobile, Apple. So they do have some good things going for them. But what they're trying to do, it appears, is to create new revenue streams for music artists and creators. So a direct way to basically pay a music artist with the blockchain, which is cool. I don't have anything against this. I certainly like what they're going for here. Again, the website is not particularly great in my opinion, and I took a look at their VR venue here on the screen. You guys can see it looks decent. It's not anything particularly amazing, but it does look decent, and I think this is a little bit niche of an industry. I do think it's going to be hard to try to convince multi-millionaire musicians that they need this random NFT marketplace kind of thing for their music. That's really what they're doing. They're turning music into some kind of NFT related thing here. So it would be very hard, I think, to convince existing artists to get involved in this, but hey, it definitely does have some potential, but I just don't see this being one of the better Metaverse options right now. The next one here is going to be Chromia, which is doing all right here on the day, actually, with a similar market cap here to Seek. They are on Ethereum, of course, which you guys can see. And when we take a look at the Chromia website, they have a couple of things going for them. The game here looks really good. This game, My Neighbor Alice, does look really good. I definitely think there are some options here with their games that look honestly like pretty fine. I see no issues with this. They also work for enterprise. So if you are working to build a site or whatever, you could, do this with Chromia. They also are trying to get involved in DeFi and fair applications. So a lot of stuff here, but I find what's kind of confusing is looking at this. It's very hard for the average person to like check out this website and go, oh my God, this is what Chromia does. Like it feels a little bit more enterprise or business related. If you're a developer, maybe you would get a good deal of use out of this. They show their faces. It's nice. They have some transparency here, so that's always good. Looks like they got some good backers here as well, but it just isn't all that clear what these guys actually do, and I think that's always kind of the problem. It's compatible with Ethereum, which is nice. You can code quickly or whatnot, so if you're into any of that kind of stuff, I definitely think this could have some potential, but it just looks a little confusing for the average investor. And that's what you have to think with a lot of these metaverse coins. It's what is the average investor going to do? Is the average person who's looking to buy Chromia on KuCoin going to look at this and go to their website and be like, oh yeah, that's what they do? Like, not really. And I don't think they really explain a lot of these other things all that well. So that is unfortunately why I'm going to have to place Chromio where I've placed it. Now, the next one here is going to be Wax, which has a little bit higher of a market cap, but still lower in the scheme of things like this. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. It could easily double or triple, without having a lot of problems. Is it going to 10x? Probably not. So I wouldn't look at this and be like, oh yeah, Wax is going to be the next 100x altcoin gem. No, but it's still lower in the realm of where a crypto could be. And when we check out their site, it's an eco-friendly sort of thing for NFTs. They do have a lot of great collaborations here. They do have some stiff competitions. There are a lot of guys who are trying to do stuff like this. You have Engine and some other things where if you want to launch your NFT, you could work with some of these other platforms out there. Of course, you do have some games on here, and you could build on Wax if you wanted to. A lot of carbon neutral stuff. I don't really know how important that is in terms of getting people to buy and sell tokens. I don't know if anybody really cares about carbon neutral, but it definitely does help, meaning it runs, of course, on proof of stake. So apparently they say they have 8 million people using it. I don't know if that's true. It sounds a little extreme considering OpenSea I don't think has that. So definitely a little questionable as to whether or not this is true. If it is, props to them. But, I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this. It has almost no stature on social media or anything like that. The roadmap does have a little bit of a way to go, in terms of getting a mobile wallet down. And apparently their DeFi is not complete. So, that's a little bit concerning there. Again, transparent. Seems like the co-founders are very open about stuff like this, and they have their socials linked here. So, definitely not a bad token, but just a little, again, vague. And in terms of whether or not they are going to succeed with VRL NFTs here, it's a little hard to say. Now, the next one here, we're getting into some of the really good guys here is Engine, which, again, I know is a higher market cap coin here, but I really do like Engine. They seem to always have a run when Mana or Decentraland has a run, so definitely good to keep in mind when Decentraland tends to do its thing. Engine tends to do its thing as well. And you can trade rare and unique NFTs here if you want to. You could get a wallet here. They have their own wallet where you could store your NFTs. So a lot of cool stuff here. There are a lot of articles and stuff about play to earn and stuff that they are working with. Tons of stuff going on with Engine. 1.7 million wallet installs. That is a lot. 10.3 million marketplace volume. So definitely a lot of good stuff here. But I would consider this not to be the best metaverse coin out there that does something like this, because an NFT wallet, that's kind of popular. There are a lot of NFT wallets out there, so they do have also some competition here as well. Now, before I go any further, guys, I want to talk to you guys about my Patreon, because if you guys have not already, make sure to check it out, link down below in the description, to get access to my exclusive altcoin checklist. So if you guys want to know when looking at an altcoin whether or not it is something you should consider buying, or if you want to evaluate the risks that come with buying an altcoin in terms of market cap and a few other factors, make sure to check out my altcoin checklist, available exclusively to patrons, link down below in the description. So when we keep going here on our list, folks, and we move on to Axie Infinity, which is a very high cap coin right now, almost $6 billion, which is definitely a lot. But when we look at their site, they have some incredible partners: Ubisoft, Binance, Samsung. I mean, some crazy stuff right there. And basically, you can earn tokens, by playing their game here or whatnot. A ton of daily players. The game, is very simple seeming in terms of graphics, whatnot, but it does look good. It looks like something that a lot of people play and talk about. Their community is pretty crazy. They have a ton of people who are tweeting and talking about this. So definitely some good potential here in Axie Infinity. $3.6 billion traded. 820,000 is the most expensive thing they've sold, and apparently 2.8 million people play every day, which is crazy. I don't know if there's a way to verify that, but that is pretty insane if true. So definitely does look like it has a good grip on the NFT gaming scene. They have their land and things you could purchase, all that kind of stuff going on their site. So definitely a good deal of love going on for Axie Infinity from me. I don't own it because it's a little high up right now. I should have probably bought this somewhere, a little bit more around here maybe, or even going back a whole year, maybe somewhere back here. So a little high for me right now, but I still think it'll definitely have a good run at some point. Now, the next one here is going to be Theta Network here. So you can, again, see this has a very high market cap, but regardless, there are some derivatives of Theta, like the things you earn through staking here. So even if you didn't want to purchase Theta, you could go on to the Theta website here. This is the Theta token. You could maybe get T-Fuel. If you wanted to buy T-Fuel, you could probably do that, and I'm sure it has a lower market cap than Theta does. But basically, again, they have the co-founder of YouTube working with them, which is awesome. And they basically are combining like NFTs in a sense and video, sort of streaming and stuff like that, working with G Fuel. So it does give me like Twitch vibes, which is definitely good. They have a T-Drop, so a new token coming out here, which is cool, building their kind of whole ecosystem. They do have some enterprise validator nodes. So these guys are running huge validator nodes here. Google, Sony, which is pretty great. Again, featured in Forbes. So they do have a lot going for them. They've analyzed the problem with live streaming today. Poor quality, needs a lot of data. That's true. When watching a live stream, you do need a lot of resources in terms of that, and it is centralized and inefficient. Sure, sounds like Twitch to me. And they've recognized that the solution here is peer-to-peer video delivery. So this is powered by users. You earn Theta Fuel by sharing your excess bandwidth, which is like super cool. High quality video streaming, so that's great. Reduced cost of delivering video streams, so a lot cheaper than the average, say, Twitch stream. It's an open source platform, so really got a lot going for them. I do like Theta. Again, I'm really looking for a good time to rebuy in. Probably a good time would have been here, but I'm looking for a good time to buy into this now. So definitely a lot to sort of like with Theta. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is Sandbox, which coming at number 3 here. Again, you guys can see it has a high market cap, of course, which is unfortunate, but with a lot of these better tokens, they have more recognition, and that's kind of something you have to accept at a certain point. And of course, my list is of the top 10, so the top 10 are going to be on here at some point. But Sandbox, has a lot going for it. It has the Sand token here, which you guys can see. Ton of NFT stuff. You can make your own land on here, and the graphics and design feel very smooth looking, almost like a bumped up kind of Minecraft thing. A lot of partners here: Avenged Sevenfold, Atari, Adidas, Snoop Dogg. So got some big partnerships going on here. Little better graphically than Decentraland, in my opinion, but really the main competitor to Mana, I would say. And they have a lot of sand that's been distributed, a lot of NFTs, and a ton of hours played cumulatively. So a lot to love here from looking at Sandbox, and I do think these guys are probably one of the best metaverse guys out there. So definitely worth looking at Sandbox. Now, number 2 here is Ultra, which I wanted to talk with you guys about because the market cap here is low. They're, again, only available a few places, but this is definitely going to be, in my opinion, one of the things I will be buying very soon, because when we look even at the 1 year, they've had some movement even throughout, normally bearish months, and their market cap is still pretty low, not a very high market cap or anything. And they basically have a lot going for them. They're very fast. They're trying to combine sort of like the playing and streaming thing, discover, buy, play games, watch streaming feeds, interaction, tournaments, all that stuff. And essentially what they are working with is combining things that would normally take multiple platforms. So you could discover and interact your first platform that lets third-party companies publish their entertainment apps and services. So really working in the gaming industry quite well. Again, embracing blockchain technology, on-chain digital goods, so more NFT type stuff. But again, these guys do seem very low market cap. It almost reminds me of like combining Twitch and Steam. That's really what Ultra feels like, and that definitely seems to be what it looks like here on their screenshot of their app here. So definitely a lot to like with Ultra, and the main reason I put it at number 2 is because the market cap seems low enough to justify a 10x at some point in the future. That is very feasible, and I think Ultra definitely does have that potential. And the last one, of course, as I'm sure you guys would have guessed, is Decentraland. Because look, man, I know the market cap is high, and I'm sure you guys probably would have guessed I'd put Decentraland here at number 1, maybe at the beginning, but I love these guys. I bought Decentraland at 40 cents, one of the best things I ever did. And, market cap wise, again, it's high. I know this, but they feel like the real like OG Metaverse coin. I think they're going to be, the most stable long term compared to tons of other Metaverse cryptos, which may come and go. I think these guys are going to be around forever. Their graphics aren't the best. I think everybody knows this, but their land on here goes for literally like crazy amounts, and the average plot of land is like several $1,000s at least. So a lot of people are buying stuff on Decentraland, and again, they have partnerships with great people, Atari, all that stuff. So really the forefront of the metaverse once Facebook first made that announcement. Decentraland was one of the first things to surge, and put it this way, out of the top 10 metaverse coins, I believe that Decentraland in 10 years from now will be performing the best out of the 10 on my list. So again, that's why I have to show the love to Mana. They have a CertiK audit. They have just about everything going for them, which you could love in a metaverse coin. So with that being said, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let me know down below in the comments if this is something you guys would like to see in future videos. With that being said, I really do appreciate everybody. Make sure to check out the checklist down below in the description if you guys would like to further evaluate altcoins and decide whether or not you'd like to purchase them. So that being said, my name is Matt. See you guys on the next video. Peace.